Today may be baseboard day, so I've got them all painted and laid out. This one's going to require the most work, a little bit of cutting because of the change to the wall. I'm debating whether to glue to some of the brick, or as you can see, I put the wood trim down below so that I would have something to nail to. So if I do, that, I've got something. My concern is if I glue, you'll see the blobs of glue. So I just don't know what I'm doing there. Think about that. Another one, that needs to be cut due to the change in the wall. That looks actually pretty good. Same thing there. This one, I don't know why this is not fitting. I'm gonna guess it's just big enough, the raise in the floor height difference, or maybe too much paint on one end, but I'll trim that up a little bit. A little damage there that I will cover with caulk. Same thing right about there, and taking it off. This one, I don't even remember it being in two pieces, so I can't remember if that piece back there went on this end or over on the other end. I'm probably gonna put it behind the door simply because it wouldn't stand out as much, but again, I honestly can't remember. Floor still looks good. It's been about a week now. Obviously, I'm in no hurry to finish this. And then I will put probably I'm gonna do the strip for the, where the floor meets the sill. As usual, more to come. Baseboards are now in. Have been attached, nailed in with 2-inch nails. Obviously, I have a whole lot of caulking to do, so I did not go with the glue for this end. And if you can see in the mirror there, I need to paint that. So there's a lot of touch-up that will be occurring. But for the most part, happy on the brick side. Most of the seams went back in nicely. There's a good example. But again, when you see the break in between the baseboard and the wall, that'll all be caulked in, as will all the nail holes. Again, went in easy for the most part. This one sucked a little bit because that's actually at an angle. I had to recreate that angle, but caulking will take care of that. I decided actually to put the seam here instead of behind the door because it was easier to work with. And when I did retrace my steps, I did realize that that's where it was. And all is good back there as well. So, baseboard phase 1 is done. Phase 2 will be cover the nail holes and caulk. And then I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with that strip. Need to cut it and glue it. And I've taken care of all the touch-up stain on it, so we'll see where it goes. I get tired of this thing. Using it for years and years and years, and now with the floor in, I used to have it with carpet, just pain in the butt. But the door would never stay open. So thus we needed it. So what I did was countersunk a magnet, and I put a smaller earth magnet in the tip of this and put that back on. So now there's just enough force that it grabs and holds. So now no more stopper and no resistance, but it is firmly there. Haven't decided if I'll paint it or not, probably leave it alone. but minor update. Today is caulking day. Lots of caulking. So I'm going to demonstrate a way how I'm hiding these holes that I shot the baseboard with. And for the threshold, I had some colored putty furniture sticks, but I don't have white. But what I do have is a white Crayola crayon. So I will demonstrate how effective this is. Not to mention cost effective. What's really cool is, get that out of the way. So there it is. And at a distance, and if I want to fill that in a little more, that is pretty cool. Pretty cheap too. Let me do a couple more. Essentially disappear without touch-up paint. Just have a shit ton of white flakes on the floor now that I gotta vacuum up, but that's acceptable. Better than busting out the white paint to do spackle slash. Yeah, that's quite nice. Cool. Room is 100% feature complete. Even a clean mirror. So yesterday was spent on caulking and touch-up. I put, it's a little gloomy out so it's hard to see, but I put that strip in. Oh, you can see it pretty clear without. So I dressed it up nice. No difference here. That has stayed nice. Today, the last task was to swap these broken outlets out. I had a couple of them. I will say that the dark wood shows every speck of dust, but the caulking came out nice. There's a great example. And then here's an example of the whole dust still visible. But that's what happens when you have a dark floor. This came out nice as well. Very surprised at how clean the long run came out. Little magnet solution for holding the door closed, or rather keeping the door from closing, holding it open. And then paint. Can't get it all in one frame. Let's see what it looks like without the light on. Maybe darker, a little more natural. So the room does have a bit of an echo. And that was actually the other outlet that needed it. And I just noticed this one has a crack on the bottom. So that one will get replaced eventually, but not today. We are feature complete for everything that was on the agenda. Happy Memorial Day. Lots of nights and weekends since mid-February with a big pause on the mortar. It bothers me just a little bit, just because of how, I painted that, but I don't like the gap. So I took a piece of scrap from previous cuts and I'm sanding that down now. It looks like I need to sand just a hair more, and I'll glue that on, caulk it, and we'll call that done too. Looks like I need to sand a little off the bottom. That's the idea. Not much better than just leaving it exposed. So a little edging made all the difference. Good stuff.